Hey guys, my name is Caitlin. Welcome back to my channel, and today we are ranking all of the items I used in the month of December. Now, if you want to see eyeshadow palettes specifically, I will leave my December palette ranking linked here. That's already up. This is all of the other items that I used makeup-wise in December, and I like doing this because it just shows like everything else I'm using, because eyeshadow is obviously just one of many categories of makeup. And it also tells me like what I am loving and what I'm not liking, and helps me to inform my future purchases. So if you're interested in seeing what I use this month, you're a little nosy about my collection, I know I am always about other people's too, keep on watching. Before we get too far into the video, if you have not already, I would love if you would consider subscribing. I upload videos twice a week. It's totally free to subscribe, and I would love to have you back again on the channel in the future. Alright, so I used 31 products this month, and this is the video that's marking an entire year of me doing these rankings. So I would love for you to tell me in the comments if you want me to keep doing these in 2025. I definitely will keep ranking the eyeshadow palettes. I know you guys love that, but tell me your thoughts about these videos, because I know view-wise they are not as viewed as the others. But if you want them, I will keep doing them. But I am toying with the idea of not doing the rankings anymore, just based on what I'm seeing and whatever feedback I get from you guys. So please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So 31, the worst product I use this month, I'm actually wearing right now, because if you're new, even if I hate a product, if I spent my money on it, I cannot stand just throwing something out and wasting my money. So I usually end up making myself use it up, even if I'm not a fan of it. This is the KVD Go Big or Go Home mascara. This I got in some kind of like subscription FabFitFun box, something like that, when I used to get them. I really loved this mascara when I first opened it and used it, but it's just old now. So my biggest thing with this one, I'm wearing it looks fine, but it flakes a lot throughout the day. I just cleaned up under the eyes before I started filming, so we'll see if it lasts through the video, but it's just flaking a lot. So even though it doesn't transfer to my upper lash line, no, my lid, like my brow bone, which is the issue I had with the Essence mascara that I used up before this that I didn't like. I also don't want flaking on the face and under the eyes, so that's why this one is the lowest this month. In number 30 is just a tiny little sample here from Sephora, but this is from Freck. It's one of their blushes, and it's patchy is what it boils down to. I really like the color, but the product is just patchy. It doesn't apply evenly, and I find every time I'm using it, I end up putting a powder blush over top of it just to try to even it out, so I'm going to use it up that way. Luckily, it's a sample, so there's not much of it left, but it's not a product I would buy the full size of for sure. Number 29 from Ace Beauté is the Blushed in Paradise palette. I got this for super cheap. Their brand is kind of like rebranding right now, and this one also is patchy, I find, in application. The deeper I go, the more I notice it. I'm fair, obviously, but it's just patchy, and I have to work to make it look even. So again, I'll use it up, but definitely not my favorite formula. In number 28 is the Glamlight Rick and Morty setting spray. Mine is actually now in the professional component. I have a little left in this because I found out the hard way there are more ounces in this container than this container, so I made a mess trying to transfer it over. I'll have to use this down some before I can pour the rest in. One of my complaints about this was that I did not like the applicator on this. It just sprayed and made like spots on my makeup. So somebody was like, oh, try a different component. This is my favorite setting spray, the Benefit one, and I had completely used this up. So I was just using the packaging to get a finer sprayer, which really did solve that solution. So thank you to whoever recommended that to me. But it does not fix the formula itself. It still is very sticky, hairspray, crunchy. Like if I spray it on my face and get it in the front part of my hair, it's like hairspray in my hair. It makes my hair like crunchy. So I still don't love the formula, but at least putting it in this package has given me a way to use it up. And number 27 is the Coty Airspun Loose Translucent Powder. I don't have too much of this left. Part of why I don't like it is the scent. The other reason is that as I'm getting down to the last remains in the component here, here's the main part of it. You can see a little bit left in the bottom. It's not very finely milled. It does the job as far as setting, but there are some big kind of hard chunks in it that I absolutely will not repurchase that powder. And number 26 is the brow pomade I'm using today. This is the NYX Frame in Brunette. Again, I've said it before if you've watched my monthly rankings, but there's just so much product in this that you can't use it up before it starts to dry out. And I'm noticing even now as I'm trying to use it up that I really have to spoolie through the product, because if I just use the applicator side of the brush that I use, let me see if I can find to show you kind of what I use. So if I just use like the spoolie to go through, it's fine, but just to apply it with an angled, like a liner brush basically is what I use. There's like chunks of it, almost like it is, I don't know, like coagulating. I don't know how else to say it, but it's almost becoming like chunky and not smooth pomade anymore. So I really think that has to do with the age, but at the same time, I use this every day. And it's not like I've just been letting it sit, not active, like I've been using it since I got it. And I just feel like I can't use it up quick enough for the formula to stay good. And that is a problem. Next up is a mascara I like better, but I still don't love it. This is the Ciate London Wonderwand mascara. Now this one, don't get me wrong, I had recommended this recently in an affordable makeup video for indie brands. I'll leave that linked if you haven't seen it. And I still think this is a good mascara. I think it's just like the KVD one though, that some of these products I have had for such a length of time that I'm ranking them in their current state. So this is now starting to flake a bit too. Did not do that when I first got that. And I am making it a goal, especially with mascaras this year, to not just like open it and try it 1 or 2 times and then let it sit for a year in my collection, because guilty definitely of that with a couple of these. This is super old, like at least a year old. I saw somebody on Instagram was saying somehow they use like the batch number or whatever to look up the age of their products. I half wanted to and half was scared to do that with some of my products, I'll be honest with you. So it's starting to flake as well, but I know this is a good mascara and I do like this kind of a wand. So I'm just using it up, and I wouldn't be mad if I got this in my collection again at some point, but I have so many mascaras that I really just do not need anymore right now. And number 24 from LA Girl is this Pastel Dream Auto Liner in Baby Pink. I really like the color and it stays on the waterline. My one complaint about this is that I feel like, ooh, actually this would have been great to go with today's look. I'm just now realizing it. I don't want to add it because it's like almost 9 p.m. at night, but this would have been great with this. This is the Narimi Exotic Sheep palette. Oh, it's the first time using it today. Love it so much. Sorry, side note. But this one, I feel like you really have to run it several times. Like you really have to work to build it up for the color to be apparent. So I don't love that. Like it works, but you kind of have to work for it a little bit. And number 23 is this liquid lipstick in shade Feisty from Jaclyn Cosmetics, which does not exist anymore. I really love this dark brown color. I like the applicator. The packaging is really nice. It's got a really nice scent to it. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of chocolatey in a way, like sweet. The applicator makes it a little difficult to apply. It's not super precise, so that's not my favorite. And I will say it is not the most comfortable liquid lipstick. Like it's not cracking like old school liquid lipsticks where it's so dry, but it's definitely not as comfortable as some other more modern liquid lipstick formulas. Like if you were gonna get a liquid lipstick that was comfortable, I would say Laura Lee Los Angeles. They're closing, so now's your chance to get the makeup 70% off. So cheap. Those are super comfortable, and I love the applicators for that one. So it's just not my perfect liquid lipstick. In number 22 is the Morphe highlighter in Spark. Mine is crumbled. I'm trying to use up the crumbles. I'm wearing this one today. It's got a little bit of a glow, a little bit of a luminosity, but it's just like, I don't know, I feel like it was good in its day, but technology for makeup has evolved since the past, 5 years or whatever, so there's better stuff now. So now we're in the category of makeup where I would say it's not bad, it's fine, it's just not like S tier stuff. It's not stuff that if it disappeared from my collection that I would be like, oh my gosh, I need to replace that like ASAP. It's just okay. So that's kind of where we're at in the ranking now. And number 21, surprisingly enough, is the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus. This is, I always say this is my favorite brow gel. And I think it still is, but honestly, just the way I've been doing my brows lately, I think I'm ready to move on from this. Like, I don't think I really need a tinted brow gel anymore. Because of the way I fill my brows, and even when I'm not using that NYX pomade, I have found a shadow that matches my brow color to fill in my brows. And I think I want a clear gel. So this one, again, is not bad. I think I'm just kind of over that product and maybe ready to try some new things. So let me know in the comments what's your favorite clear brow gel. And please, 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 please recommend me something with a small wand, because I will say I hate it when the spoolie is too big and it like makes a mess all above your eyebrows. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know in the comments. And number 20 from Unearthly Cosmetics is the Paranormal Plush Blush. Now this one is their cream blush. I think these are sold out right now. They only had a few colors in their like concept shop, and this one's in Wilted Blossom, which is not even the shade that I thought I was getting. I will say the website was kind of misleading and like not labeled very well, because I wanted the more like orangey one and I ended up with this one, which is fine. It looks okay, but that's just a gripe there from a shopping standpoint. I enjoyed this one. It's not super pigmented, which is okay for layering, but on its own, I think I would kind of like a little more pigment than what it has. So I'm not mad at it. It's fine. But again, we're in that category of, I don't know that I would rush out to replace it, even though it's good. It's like, okay, there's nothing wrong with it. And number 19 is the Fenty Ease Drop Lit. Mine's in shade Pink Pearl. And I really like how this looks. I like wearing this on days when I don't necessarily want a foundation, but I want a little something to even out the redness in my skin. And that one, like, I used to have it ranked higher, but the only reason it is where it is and it's not higher is because I find if I wear it too many consecutive days, it does break me out for some reason. I'm not sure what ingredient is doing that in it, but for that reason I don't have it ranked as higher as I have in other months. But it looks nice, so I'm just trying to use it up sparingly here and there, like one day here, one day there, not enough to break me out. But yeah, I did have some issues with that personally. And number 18 from Revlon is their Color Stay Satin Ink Lipstick in shade Raining Red. If I'm gonna wear red lipstick, this is the kind of red I wear, this like deep, like blackened red. Super pretty. It's definitely not transfer proof. I wouldn't even, it's kind of a liquid lipstick, but it doesn't dry down all the way. Like it's not sticky either. It's hard to describe, but it doesn't like fully dry down, but it's also very long wearing. This was the red that I wore all of the holiday season to different events. And I do really like it. It does last quite a while. Eventually it will start to flake though. So it does have its cons. Great price though at the drugstore. This one was actually sent to me, I think through influencer at some point. So yeah, I just don't wear red a ton, but for the holiday season it was really good, so I wanted to rank it a bit higher for its service during the holidays. And number 17 is a single eyeshadow. I did dip into my single eyeshadow once this month. This is from Copacetic Cosmetics and it's in the shade Birthday Bash. And I did this all over the eye, just like a one shade look, but then I also ended up using it kind of like as a blush highlighter combo, and I really liked how it looked. I wore it in a video and I think that I might end up using this more as a blush highlighter than an eyeshadow now that I've used it like that. I really liked how it looked on the face. It was fine on the eye, and it was nice to have like a monochromatic thing where I used one shade all over. But it's really, really smooth. And I do like shimmers that have a bit more texture, like the one that I'm wearing today. So didn't love it as eyeshadow, but really liked it on the face. So that's why it's here. And number 16 is the Ulta Beauty, I dropped it on the floor here, Glitter Primer. I've been using this also for years. It just takes the teeniest, tiniest little bit if you need a shimmer to have a little oomph. I know lots of people talk about the NYX Glitter Primer, and there's all sorts of indie brand different glitter primers and adhesives and epoxies now, but I only have one. That's not something I hoard in my collection. This is the only one I have, and I honestly have no idea how close I am to being done, but it always keeps them from creasing, and like I said, gives them a little oomph if they're a shimmer from a brand that needs a little help. So yeah, that one's great. It's just not a super exciting product, I guess, to rank any higher than that. In number 15, kind of same concept. This is from Colourpop. This is the Party Proof Eye Primer, eyeshadow primer that you put to prevent creasing and everything. This is in shade Translucent. I'm wearing this today. I wear this every single time I do my makeup. I don't love the flat applicator, and I have found that I have to like squeeze the tube and kind of do one of these circular things to make sure product is actually getting on that kind of fuzzy spatula thing to be able to put it on the eyes. So a couple cons there, but it was $5. So once I can get it out of the tube and on the eye, it works really well. And I haven't had any issues with transferring, creasing, whatever. It's helped pigmentation and longevity, so it's done its job. And number 14 from Catrice is the True Skin High Coverage Concealer, with hyaluronic acid, waterproof. It says it's 18 hours. I am not wearing my makeup that long. I don't know anyone who is. This is a little light for me. Mine's a neutral swan, but I have been actually really liking just doing like primer or a tinted moisturizer or a regular moisturizer and spot concealing and not wearing foundation. That's what I'm doing today, actually. I'm just wearing the e.l.f. Wall Glow Sun Touchable, like the sun protection and makeup primer, and then I used concealer to spot conceal and then set it with powder. So this one I liked doing that with. The only issue with this one is, like I said, it's a little light for me, so it works better under the eyes as a highlighting moment. It's a little less noticeable that the color's too light versus on the face. And we are in the dead of winter in Ohio, so this is about as light as I get. So I might have to mix that or just use it under the eye. I don't know what, since it is a bit too light for me, but formula wise, it's nice as far as it's not too like drying or crepey looking for me. So I still don't know if it is my perfect concealer. Sometimes I feel like I have to layer it for coverage, even though it says high cover. I don't know if I would agree with that, but it is better than many concealers I have tried. And number 13 from Melt Cosmetics is this lip liner in shade Headbang. This lip liner's been good to me. It's almost done. I think really my only complaint about it, I've said it before, is the price. Melt charges, I don't know, something like $16 or $17 for a lip liner, and I just think that's outrageous. Gimme Glow has lip liners for $1 right now. Now, yes, that's because they're rebranding. They're not always that price, but you can get lip liners for much cheaper that are the same sharpenable, fine quality, unearthly. I think $6 is the normal price, or maybe that's the sale price. I don't know. They do 50% sales often enough that even if it's $6 at the half price, that's still way cheaper than this. So that's my only complaint why it's not higher, but it is a decent product. Okay, so we're at product number 12, and I think we're finally to the point where I would say this is something unique in my collection that I would actually want to repurchase. Okay, so this is from Nimya. This is the License to Glow Serum. This is one of those products, like I was talking about, I like to put something on the skin lately and just spot conceal. This is one of them. A really nice glowy product, hydrates the skin, and it just does give you that kind of lit from within glow. So it's a little bit of a skincare kind of a product since it's serum, but I use it as a primer or as a base for other makeup, and I really, really like that one. And let's be honest, it's fun because it is blue on the inside when you put it on your skin, so you can have your fun little Instagram dropper moment. So I do really like that one, but again, it is just like a serum for the face, so not the most exciting thing, so I don't want to rank it the highest because there are other things that I'm more excited about than that, but that is a good one that I am glad that it seems like I get a good amount. This is a heavy bottle, very nice quality glass, but I haven't even used half of this, and I've been really going in on it, so I don't think I'll need to repurchase it anytime soon, but one that I would. And 11 is the product I mentioned earlier, the e.l.f. Skin Sun Touchable Whoa Glow. Mine is in shade Sunbeam. This one was actually sent to me by Influencer as well. I haven't gotten anything from Influencer in a really long time. Like I don't even hold my breath or try with them anymore, to be honest, but I used to get a decent amount of stuff from them and I really loved it. As someone who is not on any PR list, that was a great way for me to get to try things from that now and then and review things. But this is really, really, really nice. I just put it all over the face. Maybe I'll do another primer like the e.l.f. Poreless Putty if I want to do some other treatment or, you know, treat fine line. Actually today I did this Cover FX mattifying primer and acne treatment because I've had some acne, and then I put that on top of it, and then I set it with powder after I did my concealer. So that is one that I'm like, ooh, this is nice. I would repurchase this, especially since it's e.l.f. It's a little more affordable than some other products, and I really hope they come out with something like this that is higher than 30. I saw they're coming out with like a stick in a 50, but I like this like liquidy component. So e.l.f., if you could get on that with your e.l.f. skin line, would love that so much. All right, top 10. In number 10 is the Melt Johnny Half Lashes. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where they are right now, but I like those lashes so much. They're a half lash, which means they don't go the full span of the eye. They are just about, they're really 3/4 lashes, I think, but they call them half lashes. And they have a flare so that they really like are fuller and lift on the outside of the eye, which is what I tried to do and give the illusion of with my shadow liner anyway. So it really just euthanizes the face and I love them for that. And again, Melt also pretty often has 50% off site-wide sales, so you can get those for like $7. And I've used those things probably 15 times and they still look great. They're not falling apart at all. So highly recommend those if you are 30 something and want the look of a lash, but you want it to be a little lifting and not like the full lash. I wore them on my wedding day, if that says how much I like them. In number 9 is a shade, it's another single shade. This one's from Ofra, actually. It's at least 4 years old. It's in shade Khaki. I got it in an Ipsy. I have it like handwritten what it is on the back. And this is actually, I mean, it's khaki. It's got like olive undertones to it, but oddly enough, I've been working through different shadows because I decided once I used up my NYX Brow Pomade that I was just going to go find a shadow to use to fill my brows instead of replacing that with another brow pop product to try to reduce the number of just products in my collection. And weirdly, this one is a really good match for my brows, which I don't understand because, I mean, my brows look deeper than this right now, but that's because I have the NYX Pomade and that brunette shade is a little deeper than my natural brow. But I thought when I first tried this one, it was going to pull too green. It looks great. At least I do. I think it looks great. I've worn it in videos. And nobody said anything, so I'm really happy with that as a brow powder, and it's gonna last me a long time as a brow powder versus a shadow. I've used it as a shadow too, and it's fine, but I think I'm gonna reserve it just for the brows now that I know that it is a good shade match. So that is great for me. I can't tell you the last time I purchased something from Ofra. Really have not supported them in probably like over a year, maybe 2 years at this point. I think since Samantha March's second collab, I think is the last thing I purchased from them. Do you buy from them anymore? Let me know in the comments. But it is something that I spent my money on years ago, so I'm gonna use it up because it's in my collection. In number 8 from Colourpop, the Luxe Lip Oil. This one's in shade Team Jacob. You guys, did you see they're doing a part 2 Twilight collab for New Moon? Because this was the original Twilight movie that they did. I hope they do every single like book, like New Moon, Eclipse, like the whole gamut. So excited about that. I will say they've revealed 2 products as of the time I'm viewing this so far, and I'm not interested in either of them, so we'll see. Hopefully they're saving the best for last with that. But this is the black looking lip oil, and I am probably 60% done with this. I use it so much. I do kind of wish you could see the glitter more on the lips, because you can see it in the component, but it really doesn't show up on the lips. But super comfortable, really like that formula a lot. I have it in Team Edward as well in my purse downstairs, so when I'm done with this one, I'll have another one to use, and I am super happy about that. But I mean, come on, they kill it, you guys. The packaging, look. Do you see, obviously, the wolf for Team Jacob? Come on, come on. Also, comment below, are you Team Jacob or Team Edward? I must know. I was always Team Edward. Oh my gosh, you guys. Ironically, look at this. Team Edward. I didn't even think about this. I got cold today, and so this is like from high school, and I just pulled it out because I wanted something random to be warm. How funny. So yeah, Team Edward. Let me know in the comments. In number 7, another one from Jaclyn Cosmetics. Again, this brand doesn't exist. I got most of this stuff when the brand was closing because it was cheap makeup. I'll just be real with you. This is their bronzer in shade Skinny Dip, the pressed bronzer, and I have this in my deck of panning series. I have to keep using this until I pan it. So here's the progress right now. I've been able to see kind of like the rings of the pan through it in the middle for a while now, but they're not seeming to be any more like pronounced to me or obvious. It feels like I keep using it and it's not really getting anywhere. So on one side, obviously it shouldn't be gone in like 10 uses when it's a full-size product. I think when they were selling this, it was like 30 some bucks, and I think I paid like 16 bucks at Ulta when they were clearancing everything out. Still has a really nice kind of like a coffee smell to it. I do enjoy that about it. I'm wearing it today with a blush, so it's really nice, not too warm, pretty neutral for me. So I enjoy it. It's a nice bronzer. It's good. Some of these products, I know I said like I really like them and I would replace them. That one I can't replace. There's a couple of these that like they don't make it, they don't sell it anymore. So if I could replace it, I guess I would say I do like that formula quite a lot. In number 6 from Give Me Glow is one of the $1 lip liners. They still have these, guys. Get them while they're available. This one's in the shade Deja Vu, and it's just really nice, kind of like cool toned brown, but it's a lot lighter than some of the other browns I have in my collection. So I really enjoy it. It's like a pinky brown, honestly. Let me see if I can twist it up a little so you can see it more. It's like a pinky brown, but cool toned, and yeah, it's twistable, retractable. It does everything you would want a lip liner to be. Creamy but not too emollient, not dry. It doesn't skip, long lasting. Love those so much. I hope when Give Me Glow runs out of them and they revamp that they bring their lip liners back, because those, I think I like those more than the Unearthly ones, to be honest, because I personally do like the retractable one. I know a lot of people like sharpenable because they feel like they can get a more precise tip and everything, but those are just really, really nice. In number 5 is my most used bullet lipstick this month, and that is from Fantasy Cosmetica. This is from their Lost Library collection. I got this over Black Friday. This is the shade Hidden, and I have really enjoyed this. It's so comfortable, you guys. It is also, I've been pairing this with Deja Vu, and this is also kind of like slightly pinky, nude, brown, hard to describe, but just really pretty, and it goes with a lot of looks because it is more of a neutral lip, which is why I got the neutral bundle. I'll link my Black Friday haul video if you have not seen it, but I'm getting a lot of use out of that one. It's very comfortable. It's not transfer proof, but it's still long lasting, especially if you pair it with a lip liner and layer it. So really, really enjoy that one. If they're still available, I would highly recommend it. I really like the formula, and I didn't get the blue one and the green one because I know myself, and I know that even though I love the colored lips, I don't wear them frequently enough to warrant them. But at the same time, I really want the blue and the green from Fantasy Cosmetica of the bullet lipstick. So I'm really trying to be good. I think one of my low buy rules this year is going to be, in order to bring something in, I have to have something go out, or possibly two go out. So maybe I'll make that kind of a bargain with myself of like, if they still have them in stock to purchase by the time I use a couple things up, maybe I'll allow myself to do that. But I am trying to be strong on the low buy train right now. Comment in solidarity of my low buy or no buy peeps in the comments, please. And number 4 is another item that is in my deck of panning series right now from my Black Friday haul. This is from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. This is the Bare Cheeks palette. I think they still have some of these left, but I know this is one of the items that the brand has said once it's out, they're not restocking it, it's gone. I am also wearing this blush today, and I can report back to you from my Black Friday video. I had mentioned I was worried about some of these shades being too deep and that I didn't think I could use them. I'm happy to report that's not necessarily the case. Now, while I can't just go in my skin tone with this straight on with nothing else, what I have found is that I can take my blush brush and I can go 1, 2, 3 and mix a few shades, especially this baby girl light pink one and this one right here, the Love Me, and I can mix 2 or 3 shades and just do like a light tap, and I can get my own kind of custom colors and incorporate in these deeper shades and get those undertones without it being too deep for my skin tone. So I'm really happy that I can actually use every single shade in this because of that, and it's really given me a lot of options to where I haven't become tired of this, even though it's in a panning series. It's been really easy to reach for because it goes with everything, with it having that kind of like custom make your own shade capability. So that's been great. And number 3 is something I've just been reaching for really, really frequently, even more so than the blush, the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Foundation. I talked about this a lot. I think it was in my last monthly ranking that this was number 1. It just does great things for my skin. It makes it look so good, so healthy, so clear, so even, and fresh, pretty and fresh, just like in the title. This is great. I think it's only not number 1 because the newness has worn off of it a little bit, I'll be honest, but it is still fantastic. And number 2 is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Mine is the Cookies and Dreams edition. This is my second full size of this product, and it's just that girl. It just is. As someone with large pores and now fine lines that are starting, this takes care of both of them. It's just a great product at a great price point. I think I only paid like $3.99 for this in TJ Maxx, and that's just something I see myself probably always having one kicking around in my collection unless I find something better to fill my pores. It's not silicone-y, it's very hydrating. And it just does what it needs to do. I will even, as I mentioned earlier, combine that with other primers if I want something like Orthonemia serum all over the face and then use that just in targeted spots. I really, really like the smoothing effect of that product. And in number 1 is a surprise to me because I think as number 1, or at least really, really high, I did have the Colourpop lip oil. A new lip oil has taken number 1, and this is just simply my most used product. I think because I put it on even when I'm not wearing like a full face of makeup, which is rare, but this brought my lips back from the dead when I got the norovirus earlier this month. Fun little time that was. I was putting this on like 3 times a day because my lips were actually like crispy and falling off. It was just bad. This is from Fantasy Cosmetica. This is their lip oil in shade Archfey, and I do have a different Ifrit shade from them as well. That one you can actually see like the orange tint though, so this one, although I kind of wish you could see the green, it's really grown on me, and it is a clear lip oil on the lips. It's more fruity smelling. It smells like mango to me. It's a huge doe foot applicator, but this is darn near half gone already from getting it Black Friday because of how much I've used it, and I just think this is a super hydrating formula, more so than the other one. The other one, the Colourpop one, is a little more cushiony. This one is more hydrating, I think, so that's the difference. That's all 31 products I use this month. Let me know your favorites in the comments below, and I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye!